Hey guys, welcome to Teach Yourself Academy. Back here with Trey again. We're going to go over those irregular verbs from the most important group that I was telling you about. And we're going to start off with the AR verbs. We're going to work into the ER verbs. And we're going to the IR verbs. And I'm going to try and put it on one video. It's going to be a super long video. So here we go. We're going to wrap this up and we're going to go and move on in the next video to something a little bit more, fun, I guess. Something not so freaking rote, right? So verb number one, irregular verbs. Most important, pensar, to think. It means to think. So what we're going to notice here, you go right here to that first conjugation. You see that right there? What's that right after the P? Is an I, but there's no I up here. That's why this is irregular. So see, we still follow the rule over here where we take away the AR and put in the appropriate ending. See that? But for yo, tú, and él, it goes yo pienso, yo pienso, tú piensas, él piensa. And remember how I told you it goes down and then it boots out, right? For vosotros y nosotros. And then it comes back in for ellos, right? So nosotros is pensamos, not piensamos, just pensamos. And vosotros is pensáis. And then ellos goes back to piensan. Okay, so pienso, piensas, piensa, pensamos, pensáis, piensan. Simple enough, and that means to think. All right, so let's make sure we're writing all these down as we go. Forgot my paper towel again. We're gonna use a piece of paper. Okay, and the next word is going to be probar, okay? Looks like that. It means to try or to taste. Because when you try something, you can also say you're tasting it. And vice versa. When you taste it, you can say you're trying it. All right, here we go. So you can see probar and yo pruebo, okay? You can see that O turns into a UE. And then we keep the same rules from the regular AR verbs at the endings, basically. Tú pruebas, él, ella, usted prueba. Nosotros probamos, see it goes back to an O. Vosotros probáis, y ellos, ellas, y ustedes prueban, okay? Make sure you copy this down. I'm gonna keep going, rapid fire. We're gonna get through this, guys. Y'all are gonna learn some stuff today. Remember to make those Quizlets. Watch that Netflix, Invisible Guardian. Great movie. All right, those are all the AR verbs. Now we're gonna go into the ER verbs. And they're a little different, not tons. You're gonna see that right here, actually, in this next one. It's a happy little accident. Where it kind of keeps that rule where my E's are so ugly. In case you're looking at something that looks like a really fat C, it's an E, if you can't tell. Yeah, here we have the word poder, which means This is why I'm doing this YouTube channel, because I think how they teach things in school is stupid. They say poder, it means to be able to, which is dumb as hell, right? It means can. It just means can. It's simple. You have yo pruebo, I can. Tú pruebes, you can. Él, ella, usted pruebe. Nosotros probemos, vosotros probéis, ellos prueben. It's that simple. Copy that down, write it. Yeah. No, I'm not at odds with the academia that I was subjected to. I just think there's some little tweaks that need to happen in how the information is presented, not necessarily the information that is presented. In actuality, if I was teaching a class, I would try to speak Spanish most of the time, but I know there's going to be tons of you out there cherry picking through the videos, and you might not speak as much Spanish, you might not speak any, you might just need something real quick. So this is more of a resource to where you can cherry pick, and that's why I tell you to watch tons of Netflix and make, what do you call them, Quizlets off of that. So make sure you're doing that. Because if you don't, you won't learn anything. So I'm not able to actually speak a ton of Spanish to you. If you want a video like that, let me know, put it in the comments. I'll make it somehow, some way. Give me some ideas about how to do that. Okay, yeah, we're gonna go back over this one verb. We went over this, it was like, y'all are gonna remember it, hopefully. Because it was the very first one we ever learned, and that is ser, which means to be. And you have yo soy, tú eres, él es, nosotros somos, vosotros sois, y ellos son. Okay? Cool. That's that. Write that down. And next we're gonna have a super useful verb, or to have. Wait, fuck, I wrote that wrong. Alright, cool. Boom. Tener, to have. So we have yo tengo, tú tienes, él, ella, usted tiene. Nosotros tenemos, vosotros tenéis, y ellos, ellas, y ustedes tienen. Okay? Vale. By the way, vale means okay. Vale. Something amazing about the Spanish. They every time a new word comes out, whether it's like computer or anything, they make up their own word. They refuse to use words from other languages because they want to preserve their culture, which I think is pretty badass. Spain is the one country that does not care what you think about it. Next thing. Man, my E's are so ugly. There we go. Okay. Now we have ver, which means to see. So, yo veo, tú ves, él ve, nosotros vimos, vosotros ves, ellos ven. Okay. On this one here for vosotros, there is not going to be an acento above anything. It's irregular, so it has its own rule, has a mind of its own. You gotta respect that. Let's see. What else do we have? Oh. Yeah, I totally gave you the wrong conjugation for the nosotros part of that one. I said it was vimos, but that's the past tense. It's the present tense is vemos. For ver. Let me write it down. For that. Ver. It looks like VCR. Good God. A lot of you guys probably don't even know what the hell a VCR is. Okay, so we got ver. And then nosotros vemos. Alright, just fix that in your little chart. Sorry about that. Mixed up my past tense with the present. That's one thing when some of those verbs, the past and present tense is going to be very similar. There's one conjugation where the present tense is literally the same as in for all verbs as either the past or the present. Past or the future. So you're going to need context in certain situations to understand what you're talking about. And we just did ver. Okay, now we're going to do hacer. That means to do. This one isn't as irregular as other words. It's hacer. Remember that C, especially when it's in the middle, is a th. Hacer. We have yo hago, H-A-G-O, hago. Tú haces, él hace. Remember, in Spanish, when there's an H, you don't pronounce the H. So it's hago, haces, hace. Nosotros hacemos, vosotros hacéis, y ellos hacen. Okay? Simple enough. Write that down. Okay. And now we're going to, in Spanish, there's the concept. Their concept of to know is a little different, okay? So if you know something in English, you just know it, right? You know it for a fact, right? Okay, well, there's a different verb for the different types of knowing something, right? You can know something for a fact, and then you can know something with your heart in Spanish, okay? So I guess that would be more of like if you had a gut instinct. But this one, we're going to go over the fact one, and then we're going to go over the heart one. Okay. Now the first one is super irregular, right? It's because this verb is saber, right? And then the first one is just yo sé. S-E con acento. Okay? Saber. To know for a fact. To know a fact. Okay, it's like to know with your noggin. Like math. Stuff like that. Yo sé, tú sabes, él, ella, usted sabe. Nosotros sabemos, vosotros sabéis, y ellos, ella, ustedes saben. Okay? And that's like to know for a fact. Okay? You gotta get that differentiated between the next one, which means to know with your heart. So it's a little different. Okay? Let's add up. And with this one, is gonna be, sorry guys, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. Okay. This one is like to know with your heart. This is like when you know a person or if you've been to a city, right? Like if I said, ¿Tú conoces? ¿Tú conoces Barcelona? Like, have you been to Barcelona is what I'm asking. Like, do you know it with your heart? And you would say, sí, conozco Barcelona. Conozco. See, that's the irregular. You add a Z. So it's conocer, to know with your heart. Yo conozco, tú conoces, él conoce. Nosotros conocemos, vosotros conocéis, y ellos conocen. Okay? And that's really kind of the big difference there. It's just that you want to make sure that you're differentiating between those two things when you're speaking to people, because I mean, I reckon people know what you mean, but you just don't want to sound stupid. Okay, now we're on to the IR verbs. God, this is a longer video. We only have like 6 more, so we may as well just get through it. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. I'm gonna stop it. We're gonna do the IR verbs in the next video. And then we'll figure out what to do after that. All right. See you guys later. Next video.